This is my intro music. Welcome to the video. I hope you like it lots, so don't forget to subscribe and click the thumbs up button. Now let's react.
Hey, hi, hello there, and welcome to the second half of An Anthropologist Watching Amberlynn Reid, Shaped by the Algorithm, episode 17 by Mr. Snowflake. And if you want the full intro, just go watch the first half of this because we are so close to being done. Let's just jump in and do the thing. We are being filmed in front of a live studio audience, as live as it gets, I guess. A live chat. All right, we're going to start with a white cat, and we will probably not have him for much longer, but let us jump in. All right, for the live audience, yes, I backed it up some, but I need to in order to cut it correctly for the replay crew.
Nope, I'm not having it.
Becky had already tried to break up with Amber, but ended up backing down. Months of people speculating they had broken up.
Yes,
Amber
Maine Coons are common, but they're
smugly
kind of expensive if you want a
letting them
purebred.
know they couldn't have been more wrong. Turned out Amber had no reason to be as smug as she was, because Becky was clearly unhappy, which had been obvious for a long time, at least to the audience. Amber needed Becky, she needed her to look after her, to drive her places, and she even needed her for their lives.
But yeah, hello. Becky's not gonna be in this one today. So it's just gonna be me, and it's just gonna be short and sweet and to the point, and yeah. This is a snooze fest without entertainment. You're cool, bye. Okay, so I feel like I'm talking about a million different things at once.
Cool, I haven't heard you say anything yet.
So I got an ice machine. I was trying to say that. I love ice.
After just
I like toast.
a couple of streams, it became very clear that Amber did not enjoy doing the lives. But the donations, as well as having to not edit her videos, was far too appealing to Amber to stop doing them anytime soon. But it was starting to become painful to watch. All she did was complain. She could have ignored the negativity and focused on the kind comments, but Amber craved attention, good or bad.
You know, I ignore it a lot. I do.
Look how, like, did you see the big sigh and the eye roll there?
Like, I'm pretty freaking strong. I don't know how, but I am. But sometimes I break, and you're right. Like, it's just every day, all day, every second, I am abused and harassed on here. And not a lot of people see it that way, but a lot of people do see it that way. It feels like I'm in an abusive relationship that I can't get out of. A lot of creators have learned to ignore because everyone gets hate. It's what you do with it that matters. Yes, everyone does get hate. But
I wonder if this is the moment where Becky starts internalizing, internalizing everything that's been going on, and it's just like, wait a minute.
But the ratio of hate that I get is unmatched. No matter which way you guys slice or dice it, I am mentally and emotionally, verbally abused every single day I'm on YouTube, and you cannot sit there and say that I chose that. Because I didn't. I did not choose that. I chose, wow, YouTube looks like so much fun. I know I'm gonna, get hate and all that, but I know the love will be overpowering, and it's okay because everyone else deals with it. I didn't expect this. You have to ignore the negativity. Trust me, I try.
I think when Amber started her channel way back in the day, that Amber really thought that she would be starting a channel. I think she actually thought she was going to be losing weight too. And I think she thought she was going to be one of these cool weight loss influencers. And, because back in the day, this is when this all was, I keep saying that like it was eternity ago, but it was 10 years ago. But, this stuff was starting to take off, yada, yada. And she was probably like, yeah, that's what I'm going to have. I'm going to be one of these people. I'm going to be a weight loss success story, and people are going to look at me like I'm an inspiration and all of that. But what really ended up happening is, since she can't stick with shit, then she reacts to her audience in such negative ways that she just started building this negative community around her. And she kept making promises and she kept falling through. And instead of just like owning it and just being like, hey, I suck at this, instead of any of that, she just kept doubling down and blaming everyone except herself. And I mean, I don't know if things would have gotten any better if she had been like really honest right from the start and stuck with it. But I think things would have been a little bit better. I'm thinking of Quirky Rose Love, and I think I've reacted to like 2 whole videos of hers now, but I've watched a couple, and I personally cannot react to Rosie like on the regular because she overshares way too. And then this is my personal opinion. I'm not, no shade. People love her. Keep watching her. I'm not saying don't. I'm just saying why I personally can't do it. And it's just because she overshares for me and she cries a lot. And I don't like that. It's things I don't like on the internet. But I don't think Rosie's like Amber. I don't think she's like screwing up more than she's improving, kind of a thing. And you know, Rosie's going through a lot, which is going to translate into a lot of emotional stuff, you know? So that kind of a thing. And but Amber was never like that. Amber would always just turn on the waterworks or start talking about emotional damage and emotional trauma as a shield, compared to Rosie, who's like, look, this is what's happening right now, and I'm going to share it with everyone. Amber was like, this is the shield that I'm choosing this time that I screwed up, even though it's very obvious that I didn't even try, kind of a thing.
Of course, Amber was unhappy her popularity was at rock bottom, but she was the one who had filmed herself over the years lying, being rude, mocking her audience for ever being invested in her weight loss journeys when they failed, and she was the one who filmed herself treat Becky the way she treated Becky.
You actually think that was serious, babe?
Oh, I know they're not serious.
Did you take your medicine today?
No, I didn't.
Okay, go take that.
After a while, even the live streams started to lose their appeal because it was the same thing over and over. Amber believing she was treated unfairly and constantly arguing with the audience about how she wasn't the person they believed her to be. But again, just when her channel felt like it needed something big to happen, it got it.
Yee. That's the way he does it. Yee.
Do you want to tell him?
Okay. I guess I'm gonna go ahead and just say it. We have broke up.
The music. The music and the mask. It's great. The overlay.
It happened Sunday. And it was initiated by me. But the fact of the matter is I've had a lot of time to think and reflect. And we just want different things in life. You know, Amberlynn wants to leave Kentucky one day, and she wants to see her family, and she wants to move to another state. And it's like, this is my home, and this is where my family is, and I don't want to leave. But I love her. I love her.
Oh shit. What you gonna do, brother?
I love her.
How many shirts did he go through in his career? I wonder if he kept track after a certain point, or if it's just like, it's been thousands.
I don't care what anybody else thinks of her. I know who she is.
But see, even during this, Becky is defending Amber until recently, like the last year, well, I guess a year and a half at this point, Beck defended Amber, or it was just kind of like, I don't want to talk about it, which isn't quite defending, but it is kind of shielding. And a lot of that was because Beck didn't want to talk about it. But it was kind of out of respect in some ways as well. Not like, you know, oh, I think Amber's a wonderful person and has earned my respect, but just kind of like, I respect you as a person kind of a way. And Amber couldn't even do that.
Finally, Amber had allowed Becky to break up with her, and Amber was now no longer interested in relationships.
And yeah, Becky and I do not want to be in a relationship with anyone.
No.
We've both decided that that's just not.
Right. Yeah, no.
I mean, I'll just speak for myself. We've talked about it, but I don't want to be in a relationship. I know I have a bad record of always finding someone like a month after a breakup, but I cannot see myself ever remotely looking at someone like I looked at you. Not even close, so.
And then in the future, whenever you're like, yeah, Becky, I want you to meet my new girlfriend, and she's like, oh my god, and you're like, see?
I'm not having another girlfriend, ever.
She can't even convincingly lie in the moment.
I don't want one either.
I mean that.
Same.
And Becky, on the other hand, is serious.
It seemed like Amber and Becky were happy to be just friends, that there was no animosity between the two. That's what it seemed like at first.
Have you never heard somebody just say, like, I just want
God, these lives just got ugly. And this is another one of those moments where, like, I didn't understand why Amber continued to do the lives, because even though she doesn't curate her appearance, she doesn't curate her online persona much or well. This allows for even less curation, because Amber, oh Lord, really, my dude? And the cats want to go outside. Soon they will have their own backyard. Right now, they don't. So we get to hear about it. There's just, she was so unfiltered, and I think she thought she was being cute. Her behavior here is a lot like her behavior around Destiny, when she hadn't quite figured out how to, like, edit shit out of the videos yet. And so it was just like whatever came out of her mouth in that moment. And it's like, this is the time where everyone who has a longer memory, this is Amber. This is what we remember. And this is why, like, people still bring things up today. We understand that Amber knows how to edit, and that the image that we see of Amber as of today is even harder curated than this. But we remember this. And she's like, I don't know why you guys think X, Y, and Z about me. Well, because we saw it with our own eyes. We heard it with our own ears. This is probably a low moment for Amber, period. Like, even before the breakup occurred, her hygiene was noticeably shit. Her personality was noticeably crap. She ballooned up at this point. She couldn't stick with a diet. And she was so big, she couldn't physically care for herself anymore. You know, it was just very obvious that this was not a good time for Amber in general. And so instead of taking the time to make videos and then edit them where she could have a little bit more control over the image that she's putting out there, she just went with the easiest solution, which was doing these lives. And this is the product of it, though. This is what we get to see, you know? If you like sausage, you don't want to see how it's made. Hopefully that hasn't turned anybody off from my channel, but it's kind of the whole thing. Like, I edit these things out. I edit out my coughs. I edit out my little burps. I edit out picking the hair off of my nose, you know? Like, y'all get to see it, but the edited version of this video won't have that in there because nobody wants to see that. And it's the same kind of thing here. Like, there's so much in these lives that just didn't need to be there. And I don't know if it was just pure laziness where she's like allowing that bitchy personality out, or if she thought it was cute and that people would like it. I can't tell with her sometimes.
to dig a hole somewhere and stay there for a little while and then come back out.
Right.
No, I'm good. I'm good.
Yeah, she's great with her decisions. She's just thriving.
I'm not, Amberlynn. This is hard on me too. I'm just trying to.
Friends forever. Right.
You know. Because I don't think you're ready for another relationship.
Oh, Becky said that if I got with someone, she'd be jealous.
Yeah, because.
See, and she loves that. Becky said she'd be jealous. So I'm going to go get a girlfriend because I want to make Becky jealous. We call this foreshadowing.
I'm not breaking up with you because I don't love you.
Oh, what a sweet.
I hate this. I am so sorry. I hate this upcoming moment, though. If I could skip it, I would.
Little rude beat. Oh.
Beat.
Oh, I can call you.
Bit.
I can call you names that I call my friends now.
Like what?
What's up, bitch whore?
I have called my friends many things, sometimes in jest, sometimes not. This, I've never called them that. Ever. Ever. Ever.
But you're getting
Someone.
you're getting the good bed, so.
Well, yeah, cause. And who paid for the small bed?
Who picked it up?
Who paid for the small bed?
I did.
And who paid for the bed? The subtle shade between you two is so uncomfortable.
Subtle? Boy, if you think that's subtle, I'd hate to see what you think is blatant.
There's no shade. Me and Amberlynn poke at each other.
Mhm.
Or are you throwing shade? Are you throwing shade at me?
No.
Don't break your screen.
Elle, let's not act as if you haven't mistreated Becky.
Don't say the
We've both
corgi.
mistreated each other. I've never
Yes.
denied, but there's never been like abuse or anything like that. So I don't want people to think some scandals over here because there's not.
We just have issues with compromising and
A lot.
decision making.
And Becky,
Here's my question, though. So we know from the Casey interview that her and Casey had some swingers, threw hands a few times. And we know, again, from the Casey interview and just from Amber's own admission, that she did at least hit Crystal once. Forgot names. Did Destiny ever say that Amber tried to hit her? And if she did continue this pattern of abuse, do we think she ever smacked Beck around? I mean, I won't put it past her because it's an established behavior. I just don't know if it happened during the Destiny era and if it ever happened to Beck. Again, would not be terribly surprised if it did. I feel like Destiny would have mentioned it. I just don't remember if Destiny did. Beck, on the other hand, really just kind of wanted everything to go away after they broke up and didn't get that because, I mean, this is what happens when you date semi-famous YouTubers. I hope Beck gets something resembling privacy and peace eventually, but I'm doubtful it will ever actually happen.
never mind.
I am not good
I
at
almost
compromising.
just said.
I'm not good at compromising.
She's a good.
Oh, that's right, the Code Red incident. I'm not saying verbal and mental abuse did not occur. I will argue for it, as a matter of fact. I just don't know if I don't recall. And again, I wouldn't be terribly surprised. So, I mean, look at that face. That's not. First off, cover up the mouth with your thumb. And just look at the eyes. Those are violent eyes. Those are the eyes of somebody who's looking for a tender spot to strike at. And then you come down to the mouth, and that's a sneer. That's not a smile. That's not a frown. It's a sneer. You combine those two together, that's not a friendly face. That's not the face of somebody. That's not an expression you want to see on somebody's face if you're in a vulnerable position. That's I'm going to take advantage of your vulnerability, and I know exactly where to hit you the hardest.
If you're gonna say it, I'm gonna say it. Her too.
She's good at
Her too.
No, okay.
Destiny's mom took her out with a K-cup
She
holder.
proposed to me. This is all stuff we've talked about, so I'm not throwing shade, okay? She proposed to me, and we were in love, and we had some of our future planned. So yeah, she should feel like fucking utter shit for breaking my heart.
Who's to say I don't?
It is what it is. Can only imagine how abusive Amber is to Becky off camera, judging by how rude and toxic she is being now. Do what you need to, Becky. Wishing you happiness.
You guys, you got it all wrong. I'm just telling you. I don't understand what you mean abuse.
See, even up to this point, Becky cares more about protecting Amber than anything in this conversation right now. And that's after we sat here and watched Amber be abusive. Like, Beck, we saw it. We all saw it. Everybody saw it with our eyes, with our ears. We heard it. Like, I mean, I guess points for trying to be supportive and trying to be protective, but
I don't get it. If I felt abused right now, I would literally get in my car and just go back where I just come from. So,
Not only that, but it's like,
this is a really important look. Let me see if I can get back to it. Whoops. Actually, this face. This is Becky talking about how they'd like to get into a car and just take off. So we start off with this face. This contemplation face. This is a strategy face, right? We don't like what we're hearing, so we're strategizing how to change it. And then, where does it happen? Because she's in, you remember I talk about that 5 mile stare and she goes into that thought zone? That's where her eyes are right now. Okay. Right here. We're still in that 5 mile zone, thought zone thing that I was talking about. She's strategizing here, right? Beck says something to the effect of, I'll just get into the car and drive somewhere. And here, the look of shade, the oh no you won't. Look at that. I don't think so. And then she's like, quick, vamp, think of something that will get the upper hand in this situation. And there's the click. That's not a cut. That's how fast she switches. She goes from this thinking moment to, I have it. I know what I can say to make you change your mind. And then she turns towards Becky to start talking, but doesn't look at Becky. And I think the first things was like, yeah, but something. That sequence of facial expressions. Take the scary music out of the background. We just watched it without any music. That is like, if you ever see someone look at you like that or go through that change of emotions when you're talking to them, leave. Nothing good is going to come after that.
Why would she
Unless you're plotting with them. And then I guess you're fine.
want to stay my friend? Why would her family want me to stay a part of their family if I abuse Becky? Because Becky's mouth, now that we're friends, we can throw shade in certain ways. She has a big mouth. I told Becky she has to pay half the bills. And that's that. That's on that. Because
And there's an important expression change as well. And this one's on Becky. This isn't on Amber. I'll back it up some. Becky's really good at making eye contact with the audience. All right, there it is. All right, so this is Amber saying, I told Becky she has to pay 50% of the bills. Now remember, in this point, Becky has, in Becky's at least perception, Becky has no income, nowhere to go, and Amber's holding possession of the car over her. I don't know whose name that car is in. I'm assuming it was in Amber's. Okay, let's do this. So we've got Becky, and she's like, just look at the face on Becky right now. It's kind of skeptical, kind of wincing. She's like, I'm not going to like what you're about to say. And thankfully, he zooms in for us. First off, the smile is uncomfortable. All right, this isn't a smile. This is a neutral or a wince. The eyes are narrowed, and it could be the light. It could be. But if you combine the two of those together and you just look dead on it, this is the face of somebody who's unhappy and uncomfortable, okay? And then Amber goes on to say 50% of everything. It's very subtle, but right here, when Becky's head dips down, the expression in her eyes will also change. And this is one of, it's sorrow is what you're seeing right here. This is sadness in Becky's eyes. It's almost a look of betrayal. And then you'll also notice the set of Becky's mouth has now changed. And it's no longer that neutral line with a very, very slight, like, grimace to it. It's now gone fully neutral, and it's starting to come down altogether. There we are. And now we're at that final face. That's kind of important here, because this is pain. Okay, not like, oh, I got stabbed in the foot pain. This is like an emotional blow pain. There's betrayal, there's sadness, and there's this realization of what Amber's saying and what Amber means in this moment. And see, it just keeps going from there. And it's just kind of Becky kind of situating into that. The other thing to really notice, though, is this expression can get a lot more detailed. It can get a lot deeper. A lot of people, when they feel that way, their whole expression their whole face will express it, as well as their body language. One thing that we can't see too well here is Becky's overall body language in this moment. Even though we're watching that subtle change, Becky is working very hard not to make the expression too obvious, and they're also holding their body in a very stiff manner so that the body language doesn't give it away either. This is how people protect themselves when they're in a situation that they can't get out of and they need to be able to perform in a certain way. Yeah, so this is a very important moment because really up until this point, and there are some other examples of this in other lives, but it's just this is the first time in this video we've seen this. Becky is always on Amber's side. Even when Becky kind of like frowns a little bit, it always bounces back. This is one of the first times I've seen Becky go into protective mode, like purposefully go into protective mode for themselves, not for Amber.
I'm joking. The only thing she does is live stream. Like, she doesn't do anything else. She just sits on these live streams with me because it helps. I know you guys love her and the vibe and the whatevers, and it helps me. Maybe I'm being selfish. I really don't care.
I believe that.
Will Becky still do the lives when she moves out? No.
Well.
That caught her off guard. She didn't expect that answer.
Can we talk about that?
See, and we're doing. It's
Camera. Because I'll still pay you.
And Becky's like, no, we can't. We can't talk about this off camera. I wonder if this is how the breakup went. Can we talk about that? No.
Don't you want extra? All you do is sit here and talk.
I don't know, man.
We need to sign a contract.
See what
Can
I'm
we get
up
like
to.
real professional with this?
We'll see what I'm up to. Because I know how you'll get too. You'll be like, I don't have items and I need you to go to the store to get them. Amberlynn, it's like 11 o'clock at night and I'm tired. But I'm your boss.
That's a fucking lie. She just lied.
I'm just saying. I don't
just
want
lied.
it to be like that.
No, she didn't. And that's why you don't look happy about it. It's the truth. And everybody knows it. And you know that we all know it. And now that Becky said it, now you know we've got evidence.
She just lied.
Oh my goodness, this is my big favorite.
She's just lying all through this live stream. Like,
Is she then?
Lonnie. No. Okay.
okay, ready?
More likely to name their car.
Oh, 1, 2, 3.
And she's still mad that Becky doesn't pick her. Like, the idea that Becky's done doesn't occur to her. And so when they play this game and Beck picks themselves as the person to name the car, Amber's legitimately put out. Because Amber always needs to be picked for these things. How dare Becky not agree with her?
I've named every car I have. I've had.
Yeah, that car out there is mine. I didn't get to name it.
No, that car out there is mine. Who's the one that pays it to get
And that was Becky having enough.
all the oil changes? Stuff
Becky?
with it? Who's the one that
Becky.
drives it? Who's the one that takes care of it? Come here. Come here. Yeah.
Such a f***ing lie. Oh my god.
That is
Agree or
not.
disagree that Becky was an enabler?
Absolutely.
Okay, so this is
wasn't
the
a
situation.
lie.
When I say that she wasn't an enabler, people are like, yeah, she was. Oh my god, you can't even be honest. But then when I say that she was an enabler, people are like, oh my god, you're so abusive and you're so rude. So I'm just gonna say how I feel, and I'm gonna say yes, she was. 100%.
And that's disassociation right there. I don't know how many people are familiar with the concept or the act. This is disassociation. Becky isn't listening. Becky has tuned her out. Notice how the expression doesn't change. We got Amber. This is Amber saying, I'm just going to say what I think, and yes, she is. Watch the deadpan here. There's a slight change in the set of the mouth, but beyond that, there is no change. All right? This is disassociation.
100%.
Which is a survival tactic for anybody who's not aware of what it is. It's kind of an abuse survival tactic, so.
Viewers were happy Becky had finally ended it. It had not been a pleasant experience to see the life slowly drain out of someone who at first had seemed so full of life.
I have a lot to learn about myself and to grow and to find peace and just be better.
I know.
I
me
want to
too.
take care of my health.
Me
I
too.
want to grieve my mother properly. I can't be taking care of this and that and the other whenever I'm over here barely able to take care of myself.
And this is Amber attempting to look as if she is being emotionally supportive. Which, remember the whole disassociation thing I was talking about?
You know,
Yeah.
because I do have my days where I'm just like, I don't want to get out of bed. I don't want to answer my sister's call. I don't want to have to talk to anybody. I don't want to have to take Twinkie out. I don't want to have to come in here and see you. I don't want to do any of that. I just want to. And it's like, I can't.
Right.
I have to constantly be on the go because people depend on me.
And Amber doesn't even feel bad, understanding that people means Amber. But maybe that's because Amber didn't put two and two together. Maybe when she heard Beck say people, she really literally thought other people, not me. Which I'd believe that too.
Well, you need to have moments where people don't depend on you, where you're just like, yo, I'm checking out for the day. Or a few days, you know?
Yeah.
Y'all, we're very open, as you can tell. Like, we're just like super open, eh?
I just don't feel I'm in the place for a relationship. And that could be
It does look better back then, Jane Fonda.
years. It could be never. I don't know.
And you've opened my eyes, you know, doing this. Yeah, I feel the same way.
She's lying so hard she's struggling to find the words for it.
Relationships just clearly aren't for me. Like, it is what it is. Like, they're just not. So.
I just want to be selfish.
You have been.
Look at her. Look at her smiling because she thinks she got a dig in. Well, I mean, you have been. Look at that. Well, you have been. Really enjoying this.
I'm talking about, like, I've never been allowed to just think of me.
Yeah.
Anytime somebody says something shitty like that and then immediately laughs and goes, just joking. No, they're not.
Because you've been in a relationship for over 4 years.
With you.
Amber had told us she was done with relationships. She was never going to get another girlfriend ever again.
There's this girl, she's super sweet, she's very flirty, and I don't know how to like take if like I'm taking it seriously or if she's like trolling, but it doesn't seem like she's trolling anymore. She's just very sweet and flirty. Laying down the tracks for jumping straight into another relationship, absolutely not. No, I'm not gonna get another girlfriend. No, I am not wanting to date. I don't trust people.
As I sit here and preen and make eye contact with the camera and make my sexy girl face to the camera. Totally not. This is how I look when I'm totally not going to have another girlfriend. Probably she didn't duck lip. She probably will, and I just haven't let it play out long enough.
At all, in any sort of way. I just got here. Where's Becky? The title real or just... Okay, so the title says new wifey because it's a joke.
Is it?
Do I have someone currently calling me wifey? Yeah, I
think, yeah. So?
do, I'm gonna be honest. But it's not like that, I promise. Like, it's no relationship is happening at all. I can promise you that. Hello?
Who are you looking at, girly girl? Because it ain't the audience.
I don't... I'm nervous for some reason. Oh my god.
Because you're flirting with your girlfriend?
Did I just snort again? I'm gonna be looking down to read what you guys are saying.
Uh-huh. Because you've never done that before.
Onto this here phone. So, hello you guys. So, yeah. Someone's texting me right now, so I'm just gonna be honest. Someone's texting me and they're being... I don't know what they're being, but they're being...
Why couldn't you have waited? Like, this one always confused me. I was just like, you could go live anytime because it's not like you had a regular live schedule. I mean, God knows I don't. But she could have gone live at any point and chose this moment to go live. Or you could have texted with wifey at any point, but you chose to text with wifey while on a live stream and while, like, trying to lie about it, thinking no one would figure it out. Like, I can't tell if she really was trying to flex, knowing full well that everybody was going to know what was happening, or if she, honest to God, thought she was smarter than the rest of us and no one would notice. Like, it's just... Because either of them could be true with her.
And I'm gonna be honest, I've never done the whole like just flirting with someone and not like try to be in a relationship. Like I've never done that before, so it's definitely different for me. Spill some tea, it'll be exciting. Do I have tea? I'm no longer single. Is that tea? I don't know. I'm sure you guys all know because I put taken. Oh my god, I put taken on my Instagram. I just heard a
I forgot this happens.
gunshot. Did you guys hear that? Love that. Okay, so we're starting off good these 2 weeks. I swear I just heard a gunshot.
And then she sniffs. That's like the really weird part of that whole thing. I really just heard a gunshot. We all like our own brand, don't we?
But yeah, I am taken. Yeah, we saw the Insta. I know. She asked me to be her girlfriend. I was not expecting it at all. Obviously I said yes. Let's be real. Yeah, so that's that. Is wifey moving in? I don't really know if I have an answer to that. If you I'm dead. I hear Twinkie.
Like, she really thought she was outsmarting us here.
Literally. Where wifey at? Next to me. No, she literally will not be on here. Oh.
Yeah.
No.
That's what I thought it was.
Oh my god. No.
Wait, I want to know.
Oh no, it's not the big deal.
I need to know.
No. Okay, I could text
Oh,
you.
you do already. I'm hoping that a lot of things will take off for me, and
I'm not gonna lie, I kind of liked Beck's hair in this haircut. I mean, it's kind of short and choppy, but I kind of dug it. It looks good in a weird kind of way. I don't know. Maybe I'm crazy. I liked it. It was just kind of like, kind of carefree-ish, even though we know that's not what's happening. But I don't know. I kind of dug the hair like this.
you know, I'm doing Uber.
No, sis.
Eats.
Now that Amber had herself a new lady friend, she could spill the tea about her and Becky's relationship, guilt-free.
The last time Becky and I
Excuse me.
do I really want to say this? The last time Becky and I you know, was February 2018. So take that with what you will. So it's been years that I just literally felt
Oh, you will?
like I wasn't even in a relationship. So now maybe you guys can understand now why I've moved on. Hey, baby girl, Twinkie, how'd she propose? I don't want to share like really how she did it,
Wow.
but it wasn't like anything that I wanted. Twinkie, baby girl, what are you gonna do about it? Honestly. Love that.
Love
You
that.
weren't in love with her and you said yes. You accept the love that you think that you deserve, and I literally like felt like I was like trapped in a way.
Aside from the trapped in a way, that's basically what she said when wifey broke up with her. She really does have like a script that she just goes back to. I think it's because she has to villainize her exes. Like, I'm really kind of surprised we haven't heard more trash talking of wifey. And I don't know if that's because maybe for real she's just not going to trash talk wifey, because I really fully expected it. Or if it's because she's waiting until she has another girlfriend before she starts trash talking the last girlfriend. Because this is the longest we've ever seen her go without someone in her life. So I don't know if it's one triggers the other, you know, kind of a thing. So
will you say sorry for lying to us for the past 3 years? No, because my sexual life is no one's business. And if I want to say I'm having sex when I'm not, that's my business. If I want to say I'm not having sex when I am, like, it is what it is. I don't
it's still by definition lying, though. It's still, I mean, yeah, you can say whatever you want, but if it's not the truth, then it's a lie.
Next question is, do you have a sex life with Becky? Obviously, I'm actually a very horny person. You can ask my friends. I am an open book. I talk about sex and sexual things a lot. I don't think it's taboo or anything like that. So, just saying.
Look, I don't think sex is a taboo subject either. I just think there's a time and a place, and this is not it. And also, I don't want to know anything about her sex life ever again.
You were never sexually attracted to Becky. I don't know.
Yeah,
how to answer that
Molly, I
question.
think that's it.
I really don't.
Despite the pair no longer being an item, Becky was still the more popular of the two, and Amber didn't like it.
Where's the wifey? Is she still in Kentucky? Yes. I'm so happy for Becky trying to find herself instead of being in a relationship, unlike ALR, who can't find her rectum, with peace and love.
That's not nice, I said so.
Amberlynn, the amount of times you've lied
Still defending her.
is staggering. You never loved Becky. Your own actions have proved how much
You
never
ain't gotta
did.
read this stuff, bro. Somebody told you ignore the mean super chats.
Becky, wish I could show you real love.
Oh, that's sweet, Amanda. Thank you. I don't know how long these live streams together will last, but I do know whenever I move and I have my own.
Remember we talk about that 5-mile stare that she does when she's going into her thought zone. She's not happy. She's not happy with whatever she's reading here, but where'd it go? Right there. And this is right before she goes off camera to cry over something. And what I think actually triggers this is not... She's already upset about whatever's being said. But Becky's saying, once I move out, I probably won't be doing these live streams anymore. And that hits her. And to try to manipulate the situation, she decides to go cry.
And I have my own channel and I've got my own everything happening. I think that would be a good time to go separate ways when it comes to channel. What are you doing? Oh, okay.
And Becky just ignores it, which is, I honestly think, the best thing you could have done in this situation. How long did that whole segment take? I forget.
Let's do something about this angle, because I looked up at myself and I was like, oh, jeez.
Okay.
Please tell Amberlynn.
Does she look like she's been crying? I was saying, when you ugly cry, or when you even cry at all, her nose isn't even red. Her cheeks aren't red. Her mascara is perfect.
I sent a virtual hug. Hearing her cry off screen breaks my heart.
Oh. Wait, you guys heard that?
That's my favorite. Oh. You guys heard that? Like, who are you fucking kidding? Look at that face. Look at it. Cover up the eyes. Look at the mouth. Does that look like the mouth of somebody who's been crying? Like, she's smiling. If you don't even know what's going on and you're just looking at that face, the lips, that's a smile. Come here to the eyes. Does that... You have seen her angry. I have pointed it out. Are those the eyes of someone who's angry? Or someone who's been crying? And I got fingerprints on my screen. Dang it.
Mm-hmm. Becky, my messages were ignored because she didn't like the fact I mentioned how she disrespected you in the lives. You deserve better. Well, B. Mason, I mean, I don't know what's said, but maybe it did come off as disrespectful. I don't know what she says. Have you ever intentionally tried to disrespect me?
Obviously not.
Okay, then I don't know what you're talking about.
Probably just like me saying things like... I feel like I've said the same things you've said, you know?
Oh, like...
We probably might not have been in love, like...
I hate when people deflect like this. Like, you bring something to their attention, something that they do, and they're like, well, you do it too. All right, cool, whatever. Like, you can't even further the conversation with them at that point. You just kind of like, sure, whatever. You're right. Obviously, I do it so frequently that it annoys me when you do it. Anyway.
We loved each other.
Yeah. No, y'all, these are things I already knew. Literally, I can promise you right now.
This is so sad. This whole segment is just so goddamn sad.
It doesn't shock me because every relationship I've ever been in, it turns out they didn't really love me. So this is nothing new, and I'm not that upset about it because I get it.
No, I think that
No. Now you're negating Beck's experience. It's not about you, but she's doing it anyway. No. You're wrong. Your perception of everything is wrong because it's not my perception of it.
I don't know. We loved each other.
Yeah, but it wasn't in love. Do you think you're in love now? Do you think she's in love with you?
He's nodding like a 5-year-old over here.
That's a very nice feeling. Congratulations. I've never had that.
Oh, yeah, you're right. I never did love you. You're right. My bad.
I was in love with you
And that was her trying to recover.
in the beginning. I was.
Mean people do suck for real. Amanda, you're right about that.
Why did Becky move out so fast? I miss her.
And that was it. That was the end of the Becky era. It was officially done, leaving Amber with her new mysterious wifey who we hadn't seen yet, and perhaps we never would.
Somebody explained the animals to me in one of the other
Honestly,
videos.
are you single currently? Yes.
Wifey 1 and Wifey 2.
Her videos were painfully dull. She still wasn't treating Becky out. Where am I looking? Her videos were painfully dull. She still wasn't treating
Look, I
Becky
need some
how she
levity,
deserved to be
sorry.
treated. But at least looked away again. But at least she was settling into a new pub. Her videos were painfully dull. She's done. Her videos were painfully dull. Her videos were painfully dull.
The Mr. Snowflake videos, I really like them. I do. I really like them. But god damn it, they're fucking depressing. And I get to the end of them, and I just like, it's just, they just ring me out. Yeah, so that's where I'm at with it. They're not, I can only do like one at a time, honestly. And they're good. They're really good. And I just like, Jesus Christ, I need to go like anything else now. So that's what I'm going to go do. But, all right, if you've made it this far in the video, it is a Mr. Snowflake video. So it is, again, a snowman or a snowflake or an ice cube, I guess. Anything snow related as your emoji in the comment section. Let me know what you guys think. The last half of this was very heavy. It had to do a lot with Beck exiting the relationship and just the bullshit that Amber pulled around that and the introduction of wifey to the relationship. Ugh. And I'm guessing the final episode is going to have a lot to do with wifey. And did we get to the end of the wifey era in the last episode? It wasn't nearly as long as the last one, so, but props to all of you who've been like bopping in and out on this one. But you know, I thought I was gonna do this anyway. I just thought it would be fun to have an audience while doing it. So again, those of you who stuck around, I appreciate it greatly. And that's all I've got, guys. That's all I've got. I probably will not be able to make a coherent sentence from here until tomorrow. So thank you all for watching. Thank you to my subscribers. Thank you to my members. You guys rock. Thank you to everybody who's going to hit the thumbs up button. And yeah, thank you to the live audience. You have sustained me this far. I appreciate it. And I may or may not see you live tomorrow, but I will definitely see everybody in the next video. Bye. This is my outro music. You can't copyright strike me because it's just me singing. This is my outro music. Thank you for watching. See you next time.